The first illegal border crosser to commit a terror attack on North American soil, now finally on trial in Canada. The 32-year-old Somali national, you see him there, Abdulahi Hasan Sharif, facing 11 charges, including attempted murder for ramming a vehicle into a police officer before stabbing him. He then rented a U-Haul to run down 4 other pedestrians back in 2017, all while carrying, yes, an ISIS flag. Here with more is someone who has been warning about terrorism and terrorists infiltrating the U.S. border for a long time. He is Center for Immigration Studies, Todd Bensman. Bensman, it's good to see you this morning. Todd, good morning.
Thank you. Good morning.
What do we need to know about this case?
Well, first of all, Abdulahi Sharif entered the United States over the border after having himself smuggled from Somalia through Zambia to Angola, and then he flew from Angola to Brazil and then worked his way up through Mexico and then over the border. This particular migrant then crossed the border, claimed asylum. He didn't get it. He was ordered deported, and instead of deportation, he went over to the Canadian border, crossed over, and a few years later did a double vehicle ramming just in 2017 that severely injured 5 Canadians, including a police officer. What this case represents really is the first known border crossing over the Mexico border that resulted in an actual terror attack by a migrant carrying an ISIS flag.
Wow.
So that's significant in the sense that it provides a valuable learning experience.
Yeah.
And it is something that needs to be studied.
Well, it definitely needs to be studied. You're right, Todd. But I wonder, on one hand, it seems to prove Democrats wrong when they sort of poo-poo the idea that when the president is saying that this can happen. When you look at that map, to go from Zambia all the way to Brazil, through the U.S.-Mexico border, and all on, the president's been talking about the threat of terror. On the other hand, is this an isolated case, or is it more widespread, as the president suggests?
Yeah, look, we don't want to push the panic button here. These are relatively rare cases, but what you can't avert your eyes to is the fact that there are thousands of migrants who are moving over the border from Muslim-majority countries all the time, including individuals who are on the U.S. terrorism watch list, probably 15 to 20 every year, hitting that border. There is a risk. This is an issue that belongs at the Homeland Security table. A case like this, you can't really avert your eyes from. I mean, we have, tell the 5 Canadians who were in the hospital and whose lives are permanently changed and altered from an attack that this isn't a real problem.
Todd, I've got 30 seconds. How in the world does something like this happen? Like, what can we do to stop it? When you look at that path on the map, how did this person get through the U.S. border?
Well, for one thing, this kind of migration is extremely difficult to vet. We can have policies about stopping Somalis from entering the country with visas and through other means, but not at the border. We need to have better screening. We don't screen, our Homeland Security people do not conduct, for example, security interviews with all migrants that are coming from countries like that. There are other things that we need to do, that we can do, and we need to knock out those smuggling organizations that are enabling them to come over.
Absolutely. Todd Bensman, he's from the Center for Immigration Studies. A very important story this morning. We appreciate you coming in.
Thank you.